Annie, I can't thank you enough for being on the CEO Global Network podcast. It is so great to see you again. It was great to see you at the Canadian Business Excellence Awards. Congratulations on winning that
Thank
award
you.
once again, eh?
Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it. 5 years in a row for the team and I, so we're very grateful.
That's wonderful. That's just great. Just before we get started, I want to just let everybody know who's listening, watching, that you are the president and CEO of Group MMI. Have been for, I guess you're coming on 10 years now. And that
Over
you,
10 years, yeah. Goes
yeah,
fast when you're
yeah,
having fun.
it goes faster. Have fun. But I also want to mention that you're a founding member of CEO Global Network in Montreal, right? I mean, and it's so wonderful to have you part of CEO Global Network, Annie. It means so much to us.
You have no idea. You're part of our success as well, so thank you.
Oh, thank you for that. I also want to just mention before I ask the first question, just want to mention to everybody that you are a graduate of the Quantum Shift program at
Mhm.
the Ivy Business School, right? Which is my alma mater as well. So, congratulations on that's a terrific program, and good for you for being involved with it and being awarded that, right? As really, I mean, that's a special thing. Only, they have quite a selection process, don't they, Annie?
Thank you.
Yeah. So first question, you've built Group MMI into a values-driven company
Mhm.
serving over 1,500 customers. What's one decision that you've made that reflects your people first philosophy?
Well, I have a quote for you, John. I know you love quotes.
Yeah.
In business, you win marrying compassion with tenacity. Empathy builds trust, and the grit carries you through storms. So, circling back to the decision, when I became CEO, I went back into the field incognito. I decided to do like an undercover boss moment. And it's in order to reconnect with the people doing the real work. And what it reminded me is that culture isn't built in meetings, it's built in my industry over a mop bucket at 2 a.m. And that experience completely reset how I lead. So we doubled down on training, growth, recognition, l'humain d'abord, people first, because when people feel valued, everything else follows. So that was really a turning point for me.
That would be a turning point. Yeah, double down, eh? Double down on people. Now, let's talk Quantum Shift for a second, okay? So,
Mhm.
Quantum Shift focuses on high growth entrepreneurs like you. What was your biggest takeaway from that program, and how has it shaped or reshaped your leadership at MMI?
Well, Quantum Shift was transformative for me. I'm going to give you like storytelling here. They actually brought in actors. I don't know if when you went through the program, if you had that from the Stratford Theater. And we were in peer groups and we watched how us CEOs reacted under pressure. And they were all different characters. And as CEOs, often we are impatient or we got to learn a lot about ourselves. It was humbling. I realized that often what we really need is empathy. That was the correct way to react. That whole training taught me that growth starts with self awareness, and you can't scale your business if you don't first grow as a leader. And I know that's the same with your mission at CEO Global. And I'm so happy to have had amazing mentors within the Montreal chapter, you yourself. If you grow yourself and grow your leaders, the business will take care of itself. So I came home from that determined to slow down, empower others, and build a business that thrives even without me. That's what they defined as true leadership.
No, that's very interesting. That's a great takeaway. Now, I've heard you talk about creating a wow factor for both employees and clients. It's kind of like doubling down, isn't it, that you mentioned. What does that look like in practice, Annie, and how do you keep it alive as you scale and grow the business?
Yeah, so wow happens on two angles. So wow can be a cleaner getting a handwritten thank you note or a phone call from me or another leader from the team. It could be from the other front facing. It could be a client receiving a proactive solution before they even ask, something a little extra. So we've systemized empathy. So regular check-ins with our employees, the same with our customers, fast feedback loops. That's something that's really good for the wow factor. And we celebrate heart as much as performance. And that's how we protect a bit like this secret sauce that we've created by keeping humanity at the center of everything we do.
No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, your industry isn't always associated with innovation, Annie. How have you reinvented the game while keeping culture at the core?
Yeah, so obviously we try to reinvent or redefine what innovation means in our field. So we talk a lot about robotics and how do you remain culture? Well, robotics we use when it makes sense, and AI and all that, all those quality audits, etc., but never at the expense of people. Our philosophy is simple. Technology should support humans, not replace them.
Yeah, well,
So that innovation, the humanity, they can coexist. And that's how we're rewriting what it means to be a cleaning company. Innovative, yes, but with a conscience.
yeah, innovative with a conscience. That's a great philosophy. Now, you've balanced expansion into Ontario and Quebec while maintaining a strong company culture. What's been the key to scaling without losing your values?
Good question. To stay true to culture no matter how the wind blows. So we even have a culture architect in our company, someone who makes sure our DNA never gets diluted. So in every region, we foster culture ambassadors. So sometimes it could be our partners, even our clients, our employees, our managers, and they want to carry that same heartbeat forward. So as you know, we're values based, that's really strong, purpose driven. We want to make a difference. And how we're different is that we measure both the client satisfaction and the employee satisfaction. So as we spread out, we keep that same formula. It's duplicatable. And our values are non-negotiable. So we hire based on them and we let go based on them.
Mhm.
Cleaning business is a tough business. I like to say it's a dirty business. It's really difficult, but staying true to our values is how we can scale while maintaining that culture.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great, great, great advice. Now, I've got one last question for you, Annie, and then we're going to wrap up, okay? I've heard you describe leadership as service and the importance of service for leaders. Can you share a moment when servant leadership directly changed the outcome of either your team or a client?
Well, there was a night when there was a major flood in one of our key customers. Well, there was major floods everywhere, but this one was in particular, and we needed someone to drive the big truck from the warehouse with all the equipment in it and bring it on site. And the team was surprised when I showed up. I went to get the equipment. I drove the big truck over, boots on, gloves on, and we worked side by side for hours. And so they changed everything. They were taking pictures. They couldn't believe it, but they forgot I did the work too. I walked the walk before I became CEO. I cleaned when I went through my schooling. So it changed everything. Morale went through the roof, and the client saw what we stand for, which is humility, unity, pride in our work. Servant leadership isn't a theory for me. It's presence. It's being an example. I believe that when the leaders serve and they have that attitude, teams rise. And that's the culture we try to live day by day.
It certainly isn't a theory for you. You do walk the talk with that. I've seen you do it, right? And so I know that you're really true to your values, right? I mean, you're so authentic, Annie. I mean, congratulations on the company that you have built and the life that you've built. I mean, it's just it's an inspiration, quite frankly. So I want to thank you so much for being with us on this CEO Global Network podcast. I was really looking forward to you
Same
being
here.
us being together and hearing your responses to those questions because there's some real nuggets there, Annie, and I really appreciate you sharing them with us. So
And
thank you.
thank you so much, John. And I want to thank you for what you and your organization do as well. You don't just transform us, you transform industries. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Annie. Really appreciate that. It's great having you part of CEO Global Network. You know how much it means to us. So thank you.
Thank you.